Hey guys, I'm Miranda, and this is my first YouTube video. um, I'm gonna talk about my labor, my delivery story, since it's very requested. Um, First I want to say, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notifications, cause I'm going to try to post up YouTube videos as much as I can. With a new baby and all, it's kind of hard to really like do things. That's why I look like a mess, but don't mind me. So where do I start? Okay, so I was 37 weeks and 6 days, and all night, I was having like these really bad pains. They were like contractions, like they were really bad, and like they were close together. Some weren't, but they were mostly close together. So I went to the hospital, and they're like, all right. They asked me if I contacted my doctor, and I didn't call her or anything because I wasn't too sure if I was in labor or not, and it was really bothering me. So I went in, and they had checked my blood pressure. All right. They were like, oh, we're gonna have to give you an emergency C-section. Me and my boyfriend, we go in. When we went in at first, we were like, oh, yay. Hopefully today is the day that we get to meet our baby. We were so excited and so happy, and we're like, yay, we had everything ready. We took everything with us, car seat and all. So we go in, they check my blood pressure. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to give you an emergency C-section because my blood pressure was so high. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, my boyfriend was nervous. I was scared. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is wrong? They were like, oh, well, the baby is under stress, and the blood pressure isn't good for, like, if your blood pressure is high, and the baby could be under like a lot of stress. My son was under stress completely. He was losing oxygen. He really wasn't moving well. His heart rate was going up and was going down. It was really bad. So once they told us that, I looked at my boyfriend, and they were prepping me and everything, and I'm like scared. I was like, all right, go tell my dad, because my dad was out in the waiting room because he had taken us. I was like, go tell my dad what's going on, because they were taking me back right away, like I was going to have no time. Sorry, guys. I was going to have like no time to tell anybody anything, because they was like, I was in there, done. So it was 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. They had taken me back, and the doctor was like, all right. They put me on the table. They were prepping me and everything. The doctor was like, all right, now put your arms down. I'm like, okay. And he was like, all right, you're gonna feel a little bit of, it's gonna be hot, like the anesthesia that they gave you or whatever it is. So they put me under, and he was like, all right, you're gonna feel a little warmth as this goes in. And he started counting, and I was gone. After that, I don't remember anything. All I remember is that. Okay, so I wake up. It's about 10 o'clock, 10:30, almost 11. And I'm waking up, and all I hear is Miranda, Miranda. And I'm like, okay, I'm like so confused and like high off the medication that they had pumping in my IVs. I was like, oh, where the hell am I? And my boyfriend comes over, and he's like, babe, he was so scared. Like, C-sections are very dangerous, okay? Like, you have a very higher chance of dying with C-sections. So I was very nervous, right? And I woke up, and he was so happy to see me because he was worried. He was like, oh my gosh, like, what's taking so long? So all I could ask was like, where's my baby? Like, how's the baby? Like, how's Judah? And he was like, oh, he's good. He showed me a picture of him, and I was like, oh my god, it's my baby. So he was born at 8:25 a.m. Okay. And I was still under, like, it was bad. So they had came in, they had told me since my C-section wasn't like normal C-sections, they didn't give me like the regular stuff. So when I woke up, I felt literally everything. So when they gave me that medication, like I still felt a lot of the pain. So I'm laying there. They came in and checked my vitals out all the time, and then like they were gonna move me to the postpartum room. So I went up there, and everything was still like they were keeping a close eye on me. And they had moved me from that room again back downstairs to the emergency so they could keep a closer eye on me because my blood pressure was still high. I was still really, really swollen. Everything was bad. Like, it was horrible. So they had told me that I had really bad preeclampsia. Like, my preeclampsia was really bad. And I had a doctor's appointment that week before I had went into the hospital, and everything was normal. My blood pressure was okay, the swelling was fine, it was just like my feet, and she said that's normal in the third trimester. I'm like, okay. So I had to have got the preeclampsia after that doctor's appointment, because after that I had doctor's appointment that next week, because I was going to get ready to deliver soon, because I was due November 15th, and I had given birth to him October 31st, Halloween day. Got me a little Halloween baby. And it was intense. Like, when they told me that, I was like, yo, like, I'm gonna die. Like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't cool. Like, I had no plans in getting a C-section at all. So after that, they kept checking me and everything. I had to get blood transfusions because I had lost a lot of blood, and it was horrible. I was in the hospital for almost a week. After you give birth, you're in the hospital for like 2 days at least, at the most, like 3. But after C-sections, you're in there a little longer. But I was there longer than a lot of people that I know that had C-sections. I was there for almost a week because my face was really swollen. Like, I had no eyes. Like, it was horrible. My face was really swollen. My hands were swollen. My freaking feet and my calves were swollen. Like, it was hard for me to walk. It was hard for me to really do anything on my own. So, as I was in the hospital, my son was also in the hospital too. He wasn't in the room with me. He was in the NICU. He had lost he wasn't getting enough oxygen as he was like when he was in my belly. So they had to keep a close eye on him. They put him on this HIE cooling, and that is basically for babies that weren't getting enough oxygen to make sure that like the brains and their brain and everything is functioning properly, and to help it develop more, like to help it keep developing. So like they had to make sure he wasn't going to get any seizures and that his brain activity was okay. He had to get MRIs done. He had to get so much done, and I felt so bad for my little man because when I finally got to see him, at like 11 o'clock at night. Like, it was bad. Like, they had to take me up to the NICU in my bed because I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up into a wheelchair. I couldn't do anything on my own for those first couple of days. And it was, like, really, really traumatizing, honestly. Like, it was horrible. Like, I do not know if I'm ever going to have any more children because that shit was just, like, okay. Like, that was an eye-opener. And my boyfriend was scared for me. He was scared for everything. Like, he was scared for the baby. He was scared for me because, like, I wasn't sure, like, what the hell was gonna happen. And the doctors had told me that if I didn't come in when I came in, they don't know what would have happened. Like, I could have lost my son. He could have died. Something could have happened to me. Like, it was horrible. It was really bad. And as I'm there, I'm getting ready to, they discharge me. they discharged me, and I had come home, and my son had to stay for another few days. And I came home and I was still very helpless. Like, I really couldn't do much still on my own. My boyfriend had to help me shower. He had to help me do a lot. He had to help me get up to go to the bathroom out of bed. Like, it was bad. Like, I got my beautiful little baby out of it. He is adorable. I will probably have an introduction video soon for him, since we haven't really posted him up on any social medias. Everyone wants to see him. um but other than that, my delivery was unique. It was different. Like, it was really different than anything that I've heard of. And it was different from like anybody else's that I know, honestly. And if I do it all over again, I would, but different circumstances, honestly. But I don't regret the way that it went. Like, I am still a little traumatized by it, because, like, every day I wake up and I look at this little boy and I'm like, yo, I really could have died. Like, I could have, like, not been here for him. And it's, like, upsetting. I'm not gonna cry. But, like, anything could have happened to me that day. Anything. It was, like, nothing that you see in movies. Like, nobody prepares you for that. Like, everyone thinks, like, okay, I'm gonna have a regular vaginal delivery, but that's never the case. Like, honestly, like, you never know. Like, your body your body tells you when, and when it's time for him to come. Like, it was insane, and I really do not know really how to put it in words, because it was like, it was an experience. It was an experience, honestly. I don't regret it. I don't regret my son. I just wish that during my pregnancy I would have been a little more careful with some of the things that I was doing, like eating and drinking wise. But I wasn't drinking no alcohol or nothing. Don't think that. But, like, the sugary stuff, like sodas and like unhealthy foods and fast foods, and sugar and stuff. Like, I really wish that I would have done that differently. But, like, the next pregnancy, now I know, like, what to do and what not to do to prevent that to happen. But unplanned C-sections can really take a toll on someone's life. Like, it really can. It really can. Like, I think about it all the time, and I'm like, wow, like, I have this scar. Like, I touch it all the time when I'm taking a shower, when I'm just sitting down, when I'm laying down. I always touch it, and I'm always like, wow, like, they really cut me open for my baby to come out. Like, I did not want that. Honestly, I really didn't want that. But that's how it goes. That's how life is. And it happens, honestly. Like, there's really nothing else that you can control. But I mean, I love him. I love my son, so it's not like I resent him for anything, because it really wasn't his fault. Honestly, it's just pregnancy, and that's what happens. So, like, this YouTube channel, and there's my cat Hershey. This YouTube channel is more like, me and my boyfriend are gonna try to record for you guys, make videos. We're gonna involve my son in it. Our son, hopefully. You guys will see Judah soon. But that labor was very, very difficult, very stressful. And I'm here. I'm alive. I'm still a little bit recovering, but I can still do things now on my own. And pretty much everything is good now. So, I mean, but that's my story. I know it's not a very long story, but there really isn't much to it since I really wasn't awake and it wasn't like a normal delivery. But yeah, and there you guys go.